Now we're live.
Oh, we're live. Hey, it's an Elsewhere podcast.
That's the
All right.
intro.
That's our intro?
That's
Well,
it.
yo,
It's
the new
nothing
intro is,
spectacular.
my bad we're late is because Kat, she couldn't stop talking. She kept talking to me about the whole entire thing. So,
What
hey,
the
now
hell?
we here. She's like, yo, screw everybody. I hate being on time. I don't know why anybody even comes on time or is punctual in this. Nah, I'm playing. That was my fault. I just kept
Yeah.
talking. And she's like, yo,
Yeah.
can you shut up so I can go on now?
Yeah, you're
My
definitely
bad. Go ahead.
projecting. Definitely projecting.
Yeah. Oh, man, I always project, man. All right, let me see if I can switch over to my mic over to this, but while
That's
you guys
fine.
are doing your thing.
Welcome in, everybody. Appreciate y'all being here. I see a lot of my mods are here, even if you're stopping in for just a second. Doesn't matter. Still appreciate you swinging through. Drop a like, drop a comment. We're here with RDiss tonight, and Skullz is here this time as well.
Yeah.
And if you want to see, if you don't know who RDiss is, then what the hell is your problem? Like, where have you been? But go check the description. His link is in there, and the bot is apparently being an asshole again. So, you know.
Dang.
Yeah, we gotta figure that motherfucker out one of these days.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Like, it's pretty stupid.
Yeah, well, we might have to like flip bots, if that makes sense. Or I don't know, do something else. But I hate making anybody have to post the links, and I hate having to do it myself. So we'll figure something out. It likes Nick, but it doesn't like me. So that's rude.
Oh,
Oh shit, I wasn't
All right.
subscribed to Artist, so I'm subscribed now.
yeah, man. Hey, thank you. I appreciate it.
Bro, I got you, brother.
All right. What are we? Hey, what are we on right now? Discord, right? I think I got that in my thing, right? Discord. Is that what we running right now? Like, so
That's
Or
what
voice,
we-
yeah, we're in Discord.
for the voice app?
Yep.
I thought I downloaded it, but
We're
hey.
getting the behind the scenes right now.
Oh yeah, man. Yo, my bad. You're right.
No, it's all good. I'm pretty sure everybody knows because
We gotta
it's
keep it on the hush.
interesting when the guests tend to show up in the Discord, and then all of a sudden we all go quiet. They kind of have figured out.
Yeah.
But a lot of people stay in the Discord. We've got, like, at this point, I think we're at like 35 plus content creators and artists that are in the Discord itself.
Oh wow.
And that's not including just the community also. So
So you're
tend to
talking
stay-
about they run content out of Discord.
No. Like, they're just content creators that have been guests, or they just rock with us and they're friends, and they've joined the Discord server. And there's actually a special section for content creators if anybody has questions and they want to, like, or they want to collab with something, or they want to hit someone up and they don't know how to reach them. They can kind of hit them up there if they're both in there. There's also an artist section. So
You know what? Yeah, can you kind of explain this to me? Because from what I heard this is a pretty dope podcast. Like, you guys like bring a lot of people, like, Stop King. You guys bring a lot of like creators and all of that together. Can you kind of explain to me what what it's all about?
no, absolutely.
Like your platform.
Well, we run a
You
podcast.
heard?
We keep it close to what, like, an original podcast. So, like, we do the audio. A lot of the people we bring on are content creators and artists. They are always on camera. They're always in the spotlight. So sometimes it's nice to be able to just kind of kick back with them, make it a little bit more casual, where they don't have to be in somebody's face or have a camera in their face. Which is plus, podcast people like to
Which
pop
is awesome.
their earbuds in, right, and listen to it later. I know a lot of people come back and listen later, and they get the opportunity to do that as well. The whole,
All right. And
go ahead.
to me, what I heard was that, you know what I'm saying, like, you was talking about like collabs and stuff like that. That's what I heard. Like, you guys set that up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if there's somebody that came on, or if there's somebody that wanted to work with somebody, like, you guys basically help out like smaller creators, bigger creators, just like you make links for like people to like link
try to
up.
build bridges and stuff. Like, I think that's mainly what set us in motion. We were like, hey, like, we want to, like we're cool people. We know a lot of cool people. Like, let's just turn on a microphone, invite some of them on. Like, let's all network, talk with each other, and see what happens.
That's
And
really dope.
kinda
I like
spiraled
that.
from there.
Yeah, I know
You
a
know
few
what
people.
I apologize. No, go ahead.
No, I said I know a few people.
Yeah,
Just
you do.
just a few, right?
Just a few, huh? No, actually, Kat, you active though.
Yeah.
Kat knows
You've been
everyone.
active, like you really active, and you like one of them people that like really, I'm trying to put my earpiece and see if it. I don't know if you can hear me, but let me check.
Yeah, we can hear
Is that,
you.
you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Cool. Yeah,
Mhm.
this actually, I really like this, man, because I'm walking around in my boxes. I'm over here getting dressed. Like,
See?
I could run a pot. Yeah, man, that's pretty damn dope. I just can't do video, but that's pretty cool. But you can hear me?
Yeah. And I mean, there are ways that you can do it with video. I've chosen not to for this channel, that's all.
Okay,
And we did the
cool.
rap competition. They were on video. I wasn't, but they were on video. Truth and Skullz were on video because they felt like it would make sense for the artists that were participating to see them like bobbing along and like hearing it and stuff. I didn't. I
Yep.
was like, I'm still not going on camera.
Well,
But yeah,
that would be kind of cool to get you on camera and stuff. No,
nah, not really.
nah, you ain't messing with the camera part.
Nah, not at this point. No,
Yeah,
it's just another element
some
that I have
people.
to deal with it. And my PC, I don't think would. I have a laptop. I don't think it would handle it. To be honest with you.
Yeah,
And I think like a lot of people who come on the podcast are always on camera. So like,
Right.
yeah.
it kind of provides like that where it's like, yeah, you can kind of go off the grid with us and
Oh,
just kick
I
back
like
and
it. I like
yeah,
it.
yeah.
But on top of
Like I
that, I
said,
mean, we also, I mean, I'm paying attention. I'm seeing the chat, and I see that like Skullz is responding to the chat. The chat's live, so we get to talk to them as well. It's on the screen also, and it's just one of those things. I don't know. It's just a thing because the podcast didn't start. We didn't start with a YouTube channel and then make a Discord. The Discord actually just hit its 1 year birthday like a week ago.
oh,
So
nice. So
I've
you've been had.
yeah, I've had the Discord for that long, and actually last September I decided to pour all of my attention into making it a community because the whole point was to make somewhere where let's say somebody's watching your content, right? And you
Yeah.
have your Discord. It's about you, your content. You don't necessarily want people like posting everyone else's content and like burying yours.
Yep.
It's for you. It's your place. But in my server, everyone can post, "Hey, so and so just went live," and drop a and drop a
Oh,
link. Oh, hey, you know what? Dysfunctional just went live, or hey, Nova's live on Twitch, or oh, hey, RDiss is just
gotcha.
dropped a video, and there's
Gotcha.
all different sections for it. So that was the original
Gotcha.
intention, is to give us a place where we didn't have to worry about a negative negative kickback against like an artist or content creator for something that we
Gotcha.
said because it's not in your Discord, right? So
Gotcha.
you can basically say, you know what, I don't really fuck with them, but I fuck with this person. And the whole
Yeah.
purpose, one of our biggest mottos is respect. You can talk about anything. Nobody has to agree with you, but
Yeah.
you have to respect each other. I don't
Yeah.
care if you say something, unless it's something that's just heinous and outrageous. Aside from
Yeah.
that, you can say whatever the fuck you want. And I'm gonna be like, okay, I don't agree, but okay. It's like,
Yeah. Yeah. That
adulting
makes sense.
101.
Yeah.
And then in
Right.
January, we turned it into the podcast. We brought people that we knew, content creators that we really fucked with, that we really knew, I knew on a personal level. And
Mhm.
we kind of went from there, and it just has grown and grown. And now I'm booked out a couple weeks usually, and I've got way more guests than I have dates in time.
I know. I had to beg you to get on. First, you was like, "Hey, you want to come on?" And then now I had to beg you to get on. I'm like, "Yo, can I please get on your podcast?" Like, damn.
I asked Skullz. I asked people that I fucked with this whole time. So if there's some people, like the first reactor I ever clicked on. I always say this all the time. It was Cliff Beats. He's the first one I ever subscribed to.
He's a
First one,
reactor.
yeah, Cliff Beats. And
Oh yeah, I
he
didn't
was
know
like
that.
only been doing it for 3 weeks. He's a ghostwriter. He breaks it down. He does all that stuff. It's great. And I finally got him on. I'd asked him in the beginning, and he didn't respond right away, but I got him in because he was like my very first, right? And
Mm-hmm.
then there's people I've asked in the very beginning, but they didn't respond. They didn't see my message. And now they're starting to respond. And now they're
Wow.
like,
Yeah. Where was your message? Because I'll tell you right now, in IG, I'm like 33 weeks out. Like in
Jesus.
my IG, I'm backed up 33 weeks of because IG, like it's where I put, yo, if you wanna, make a request or whatever, hit my IG. I don't really
Oh,
mess with Facebook, and I feel bad because people go on Facebook, and I'm barely on Facebook. just because of the energy, and I can't stand Twitter. But now that that guy Musk, whatever his name is, bought it. Elon Musk, is that his name? That guy, that
Elon
Tulsa
Musk.
guy.
Elon.
Yeah, there it is. See, I don't know. Pronounce the name, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that guy, now that he bought it, I heard it's going to be different. Like, it was crazy. You should have seen how many people was like, I ain't messing with Twitter no more. I'm like, damn, well, I think I might, because it's like, I just want to be able to like put whatever I want up. Nothing crazy. I don't put nothing like, like what you were saying, like just grotesque, nothing like that. But I like to do like risky jokes and stuff like that. I like to like push the envelope a little bit. And, I just can't stand when they censor every fucking goddamn thing. Excuse my language. But yeah, I can't stand it, bro. I just can't. It just drives me crazy. But yeah, so that's the reason why I just deal with IG, because for the most part, I haven't had that experience with them. You know what I'm saying? People say, yo, Instagram, that's not the place because they always shut you down. But they haven't shut me down yet. You know what I'm saying? With the stuff that I posted, so that's why I'm not usually on there.
I'm basically in the same boat as you. Like, yeah, like I hate Facebook. They like you can jokingly just say like, oh, I'll hit you, or say something like that,
Yep.
and they just like, you're like in jail for like 30 days. And
Yeah.
with Twitter, I mean, it used to be, yeah, you would get shut down for nothing. I don't know what it's gonna be like now. I think just because Elon's on there, it's not gonna change. I think
You don't think so?
I think a lot of the toxic people are gonna still be there. It might change over time, but I don't think anytime soon. I hope it does. I hope I'm wrong, but we'll see. But besides that, it's mostly IG, YouTube, and Discord for me that I really fuck with. And I have my gripes with all of them, except Discord. Discord's been good.
Discord's been good, so you can talk your shit on Discord without getting like, booted.
Yeah,
like, I'm not talking about go crazy.
No, within terms of service. So like they're very specific, and I know the terms of service really well. I mod YouTube and Discord a lot, and now I have my own that I run. The terms of service are clear. You can't incite violence, right? You can't call to arms and kind of stuff. You can't. No hate speech is allowed. You can't have any underage kids, and if it's going to be not,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
if it's going to be not safe for work, to call it not safe for work, NSFW content, anything adulting, then you have to put a filter on it. All you got to do is click a button, and then if someone comes in there and they click it and say, yeah, I'm 18, yeah, I know this is going to have content that people cussing, people making innuendos, making cracking jokes, then that protects you. See? And so you just have to set it up right.
But you know what my question is right there, like what you just said, like what is hate speech? Because if I sit there and say, yo, there's only one man, one woman, that's considered fucking hate speech now. So it's just scientific fact. Got a man and there's a woman, and that's it. But I said that and they like booted me off.
Well, that's the thing, is it's that Discord doesn't really they don't really come at you that hard unless you're doing some like real like recruiting type actions and things like that. But I mean, we've said things like, in my opinion, and that's the thing, is I always push stuff. I'm like, hey, in my opinion, this is how it is. This is what I think. And you can't get mad at you for what you think, as long as you're not going at someone. Like if you're not calling someone a slur just to be a dickhole,
Yeah, no, but it's not even what I think. It's fact.
Right.
It's fact.
No, I agree with you. However, I'm just I'm being the devil's advocate.
Well, I think that's that's what's wrong with Twitter, is like it's like
it's
not like, I don't think people go after people and like berate them with hate speech, quote unquote. I think people look for the hate speech and then berate the person that said what they don't like.
Yes.
Yes.
It's almost like if a deer went up to a lion and was like, and then the lion like goes after him or something, like it's such a weird dynamic.
That was a good analogy. That was a dope analogy.
It's so fucking weird though, it's like, what is this phenomena of people looking to be preyed on? Like it's a reward, or like they get something out of it.
Yeah.
It's weird. Fucking
yes.
But that's just my opinion.
No,
let me say that so no one comes after me.
I concur. Is that even a word? I concur with your opinion.
Yeah. That is the word. That is the right word, actually.
See, sometimes I get it right, but yes, I do 100% agree with you, bro. Like 1,000. Like for real, like that right there is exactly shit. This guy is like articulate, bro. Like for real, that's exactly how I would look at it. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got a deer over there antagonizing a lion, and then all of a sudden the lion, you know what I'm saying, gives him a little nip. And all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying, the lion got to get put down. You know what I'm saying? They're looking for park rangers. Like, yo, like for real, it's crazy. You know what I mean? It just drives me insane, man. Because like, go ahead.
There's a story about that specific thing where there's something about like they're going across the river and there's a guy in a boat and there's a snake and the snake's like, hey bro, can you, or scorpion, excuse me, it's scorpion. Can you take me across the river? And he's looking at him like, he's like, I'm not, you know, I just want to get across the river, man. He's like, okay, fine. So he's kind and he gets the scorpion into the boat with him. And he gets him across the river and they get out of the boat and the scorpion stings him. And he's like, why did you do that? He says, because I'm a fucking scorpion, dude.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good analogy. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, big facts. It just drives me crazy with that. So I like the fact that you know that you're telling me about this, because it's like that's the same thing with IG. I feel like with IG, like Instagram, if you try to post something that you know that's what I think a lot of these state channels should have, is if you posting something that is just like not with their whatever it is, you know, that doesn't coincide with their thoughts or their views or whatever, it just goes against their policy, they should have like a warning. Hey, listen, you know, because IG will say that, do you still want to post? So it gives you, you know, it has certain words, you know, so when you put it up, it'll give you a warning. It'll say, you know, I don't think this doesn't go with policy or whatever. And then, you know, if you want to just send it anyway, you can, but then you have to, you know what I'm saying? Then it's up to you, you know, whether you want to send it. Now you send it and it's against policy, then, you know, basically, you know, you end up getting whatever it is that they give you. I don't know if they take you down or whatever, but I like that because it warns you. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times on YouTube, you don't know why you was taken down. Like you don't know why. They don't tell you a reason, nothing. They'll either say, "Oh, you violated our policy," but they don't tell you where. Why? You know, usually on the copyright, they'll highlight what you know where you violated a copyright, but on the thing they don't show you where you violated.
No, exactly. And the only things that I mess with are Instagram and Discord and YouTube, obviously, and Twitch. I'll go on there because I'm mod on there. Todd put up a good point in the chat. He says it's not usually or often the two people, in other words, the two people that have differing opinions, but the other person with no stake at all, but an opinion, has to defend, explain, further expand on something. So it's basically the third fucking wheel that nobody asks. It's the peanut gallery that has to pipe up.
Yep. No, that's facts, man. And it's just crazy, like the way that it's getting. But the thing that I just don't like, and you know, it's basically like you were saying, like it's like, yo, nobody really has it. Here's my thing with the whole YouTube thing is, you know, I understand they got policies. I understand we all got to follow the rules. They're giving us a big platform. You know, basically, I look at it as like this big digital super warehouse that they allow you to take up as much digital space as you want. I mean, you can't go wrong. I mean, it's a seller's dream, right? So you go in and like, hey, you can have all of this real estate, right? And we provide the foot traffic for you. Pack it with every piece of material you want or any goods that you want, and we'll settle up at the end of the month. If you don't, you know what I'm saying? You don't sell anything good, we'll get you next month. You know what I'm saying? And I get that, and I appreciate the platform for that. And I appreciate everything they do. But where my problem is like, okay, with that comes, they're like, well, we're not going to spoon feed you, which sometimes it's like not being spoon fed. It's just tell me what I did wrong. Like Hillbilly, they just cut him. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if
he was on here.
Hillbilly.
He was on here when he got canceled,
and he just got cut, like for no reason, like absolutely no reason. From what I heard, it was for no reason. Like they said, it was like pornographic shit or whatever. And I guess he wasn't. He's like, I don't even watch that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I was kind of like, I don't even know why they even. You know what I mean? I don't get why they would cut you and then not even allow you to, you know, explain yourself or talk to somebody about it. But that's the only thing that bothers me with it. Like, I appreciate them as a platform because they give you this ginormous platform, but for the most part, they just, you know what I'm saying? When they cut you, they cut you. They don't let you come back.
Hey, and by the way, guys, check out the previous podcast with Hillbilly Reacts when he got canceled.
Oh, okay.
He came on with us.
Well, there you go.
We
There you
talked
go.
about it. No, they took his whole channel. So it's like the big difference is they didn't take a video.
Yeah,
They deleted his channel and then they wouldn't give it
yeah,
back. That's a whole, like,
yeah.
there's people who get hacked and they're like Carly's stuff will spam a bunch of crypto things. All her things get hidden or deleted or whatever. And YouTube restores it because she proves like, that she got hacked again. But with him,
And
his
who's
whole
that?
channel was gone. Shay what now?
Yep.
Carly Shay? She's a reactor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But she would get hacked and then they would like post crypto and they would like delete her videos and then she'd fight it, right? And then they would give it all back. But with him, that's not what happened. He was still trying to fight it, but at this point, it's obvious he's not getting it back.
So is she big? Is she like a big reactor?
She's at, what'd she hit, like, isn't she at like 70 now?
Yeah, I think she's at
Oh,
like
wow.
70 or 70,000.
Yeah, she went from like
She's
20 to
very
70
smart.
in the last like 9 months.
Yeah, then she's very smart, like on how to move with them because when they cut you, it's hard to get them back. Like I put in right, so I don't know if you're aware when you like I just can't watch it because I don't understand the words. Like so I put in I was on a live right, I typed in Brazilian and then I forgot what it was, but what ended up popping up was Brazilian wax. And it was a vagina, and it literally was on the thumbnail, and it was a YouTube video because I was looking for a Brazilian. It was Brazilian song lyrics. That's what it is, Brazilian song lyrics. And because what they'll do is they'll give you subtitles because I react to Brazilian rap, and literally a vagina pops up. And they cut my live, and I apologize to everybody. And I'm like, listen, I did not expect for that to come up because all they did was put Brazilian. It's after Brazilian.
Wait, did you type that in the YouTube search?
Yes, go ahead. Go.
Oh, that's hilarious. So you got
Yep.
banned for showing the thumbnail of a YouTube video.
On
You got
YouTube.
banned.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
so
see, no, my
funny.
live got shut down. I apologized to everybody, and then people was like, wait, if that came up in YouTube, you could get that live back put on. But it's like, I'm like, damn, man, last time I fought something, like with the Joe Rogan, can we talk about COVID on here or not?
I mean,
Is that not the right word?
No, I mean,
Okay, so wait, is this YouTube?
Wait. Can we get a code word for it?
Yeah.
this is YouTube. We're on YouTube.
All right, vitamin C. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, vitamin C. All right. So I was talking about vitamin C, and all I did was go at Lemonhead. You know what I'm saying? That dude on set CNN because I just felt like it. No matter what Joe said, he was like, he just kept trying to act like he just tried to dismiss everything. I really don't want to get into it because if we're on YouTube, most likely they'll whatever. All I'm saying is all I did was basically talk about like the way that I felt like he was lying, bro. I felt like the dude on CNN was lying about the situation. I didn't feel it was obvious he was lying. He was completely lying. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, bro, that's crazy. Like this dude, like he's a big guy. Like everybody knows who he is, and he lying. He's like straight lying. Like it just was a lie. Like it was just. So anyways, they ended up taking me off of YouTube for that. I couldn't earn for 3 months and all of that. But the one for the Brazilian thing, they shut it. But that's the reason why I didn't, go back and try to fight it because when I did that with the Joe Rogan thing, saying, wait a minute, that's just my opinion. I'm not talking about, hey, it's not real. I'm not saying none of that stuff. I'm not even talking about, vitamin C itself. I'm talking about you guys lying about the fact that what he was doing was not working or he's lying. It's like, bro, you guys are lying, like straight lying about it. So it just made no sense.
Yourself? You couldn't defend yourself, or there was no mediation process from YouTube?
Thank you. That's a perfect point of what I'm trying to say is I love YouTube. I love them. But because they offer you all that stuff, but they don't provide enough for the content creator to defend themselves from either their bots or whatever it is that cuts you off. They don't provide a forum for that, like what you just said. And I wish they would because I feel like they would understand a lot of people they cut for no reason. I get it. There's probably going to be people that are going to argue with them no matter what. And they're going to look, no, that ain't right. This one did it. And it's so crazy because it's like, I can't do that. Like I'll see videos I do and it gets copyrighted and I can't put them up, and they'll be blocked. I can't put them up. I mean, that will happen, and then you'll see these other content creators that do it. I mean, you know how bad I feel like saying, bro, like this ain't even right. You know what I'm saying? Why do all basically me, you know, that's like me doing something wrong and then saying, what about those guys over there? You know, and they over there, you know what I'm saying? They got away with it, but I'm mad because I got caught. You know what I'm saying? So I can't do that either. So that's the reason why I don't really say that. So there's nothing really that you can do when that happens. Like, you know, with YouTube, it's just like it is what it is. You know, you can't point out any other channel.
Yeah, and with YouTube, it seems like they would. It's like the content creators are what brings people in more than anything.
Fact.
Twitter, I could see like them catering a little bit more to just, you know, like just everyday people. But with YouTube, it's like
Yeah.
you're thinking they would help out the content creators more than like on Twitter, people who have like a blue check mark. Because, I mean, they just tweet something, you know? It's not really content, I wouldn't call it. I guess it is technically, but it's not like
in the way
video.
that we see
It's
it.
not-
No.
Yeah, it's not a video. It's not like you made something and now you're showing it to people.
You typed at the
You know,
red
Yes.
light in your car.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Yeah.
what is there like 120 characters on Twitter? You can
148, I
literally,
believe.
yeah, bro. I mean, like, you can literally, like, it's so thoughtless, even like the way you use it. Like, it's not rewarding you for coming up with a formulated thought. It's rewarding you for being
Thank you.
impulsive. You know?
Yes. And
then
reposting or memes or whatever.
so like since it rewards impulsivity, I could sort of understand why they're more strict with things, or they were trying to be more strict with things, just because, you know, that brings out the ugliness in people, impulsive shit. But like
Well,
with YouTube, it's like there's long form content on here and people having long form conversations, and the content creators
fact.
really bring in a lot of people. So you should be catering to the content creators and giving them more say over how they want to run their channel and how and what kind of crowd they want, not
Yep.
banning people or just saying no, we don't allow any of this talk. It should be like, shouldn't that be like, it's a channel, it's the person's channel, it should be up to them. What do they want to see? Give them the tools to block people or block certain speech or whatever and stay out of it.
Yes.
But instead they
Yes.
keep taking on this responsibility and it's hurting them, I think, at the end of the day. You know, it's sort of like if you go to a retail store, like I remember being at like Walmart and someone like freaked out at the back of the line, like yelling, screaming. So they moved this person up to the front of the line. I'm like,
Yep.
Crazy.
bro,
Welcome to the
all
real
you're
world.
doing,
That's how it works.
all you're doing is giving everyone in that line a reason to act like that dude did.
Or to be
all you
pissed
Big
off and be
facts.
like, well, fuck this place.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what everybody's doing.
And that's what
nowadays.
Twitter did. And that's why Twitter's so goddamn toxic.
Well, yes. I mean, think about it. All right. So listen, I'm Latinos. They had two Latin girls. One of them, you know, acting, you know, saying she was one thing or whatever. They had two Latin girls on some ASU or something like that, right? And I like it was all over Twitter, right? So they sitting there calling these kids like they were sitting there calling them the most craziest names. You know what I'm saying? There were two white kids. They were just sitting down eating their lunch. You could tell they were already settled. You could tell they were already there. These two girls come up to these two kids. They just chilling there. One said, "Cop lives matter," whatever, whatever, and the other one was wearing a Donald Trump shirt. So these two got triggered, went up to these two kids that were all, you could tell it wasn't like they came to troll or nothing. They was actually studying. They were sitting down. All of their stuff was laid out. You could tell the other two just got there. They were the ones recording the two girls because you didn't see nothing from the two kids. So you could tell it was like, you know, they're probably in the corner somewhere. Yeah, let's go mess with these two white dudes. You know what I'm saying? Look at what he's wearing. Who the hell does he think he is? And so they got so worked up. They went over there and they started throwing out like, I mean, it really sounded like this woman was short of hitting this man. You know what I'm saying? You have this young kid, two of them, and you know anything they said or did, you know what I'm saying? You could tell they was just holding what they were saying. It was like they felt like it was just so sad because it was like they couldn't even say anything. Like for real, what do you say? You have two people coming at you. You're obviously not ignorant enough to say the words they're saying, but it's okay for them to say it. Now, if it was the other way around, where these two white kids were doing that to these two other people and calling them, you know, the S word or the N word, you know, because they were using the C word, And I no, they even use the H word actually, and I'm saying this so you guys don't get whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying the actual words. I hope you guys understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, we get it.
And
Mhm.
yeah, and like I'm not gonna lie, I was so triggered. Like it triggered me to the point where I started my whole thing on it, and I had to redo it because I started screaming like just like, and I started saying the words. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like, bro, like it doesn't matter. I'm tired of everybody acting like you could say the C word, the H word, and just because of whatever the hell happened before, it's like everybody that's around now don't think that way, and it's not okay. But for some reason, they're given a pass to say it.
Yep.
Like it's nothing. In Twitter, it went viral on Twitter. That would never happen if it was the other way around, and it should never happen either way. Either which way you look at it, that should have never happened. How is it okay for anybody to say, from an opposite race on top of it, to say, not only were they, it was two women, two men, so it was, they were how do I say, they were, displaying sexism. The women were. You know what I'm saying? On the men. You know what I'm saying? They were displaying it like, you don't understand. Like if you've seen this video, it's just it's triggering. It's really triggering. No matter what race you are, you see this video and you think of them two kids as your sons, and you think about like how they were and the way that they were just, I mean, you could tell it was raised good because they just sat there and acted like gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? They really, really didn't come back. And they're like, it's a multicultural space. What does that mean? Multicultural. That means every culture. That means multi cultures. It didn't say it's a Hispanic place. It didn't say it's a minority spot. It said multicultural. You know what I'm saying? So whatever. They were there eating their lunch. Why the hell do you two got to come and mess with them? And then all of a sudden Twitter allows it. And that's why I don't mess with Twitter. I have an account, but I don't post on it. I don't do anything because of that reason there. It's like, how do you pick and choose like that? Like, I'm sorry, that bothers me because my kids are half white. You know what I'm saying? And my daughter gets shit all the time because of that bullshit. My daughter, because she's blonde hair, blue eyes, she gets bullshit all the fucking time, every freaking day, bro. Every day, like just yesterday, same shit. You know what I'm saying? Always comes home because we're in the city, so it's like 95%, Latinos and stuff like that, and they mess with her. They mess with her. You know what I'm saying? They be trying to say all of this stuff, and I get it. If you guys want me to stop talking, I'll stop talking. But that shit triggers me.
I think I know.
You know what
I'm
I'm saying?
pretty sure I know what video you're talking about. If not that one, I've seen one similar where it was literally multicultural, but that doesn't mean you. They were literally like, it's not for you. It's for everyone but you. It's for all of us to
And
have a
that's not
space,
true.
and you're not allowed. Like I remember seeing a video like that at a specific college.
That's it.
And
Yeah.
no, and here's the thing, and I've talked about this in the past. I specifically, by the way, hi Truth, hi Shadow, Panda, hi everybody that's come through.
Yeah.
I see Ben, everybody.
What up?
I actually have talked about this in the past because my children are like they're white. Like I'm white, they're white. Like there's no like, well, they're like whiteboard on the wall type white.
Wow. Okay.
And so like my youngest
They're
at
Twilight
her
white.
elementary school, they took a class picture, and I don't think it was a class picture. I think it was her daycare like 2-3 years ago. They take a daycare like class picture, right? She's the only white kid, like the only one.
Yeah.
And she was literally like glowing in the picture. It was hilarious. To me, it was funny because she has red hair, so
Yeah.
so she's at school and like she hasn't got to the age where it matters yet. That's where middle school comes in. Middle school is evil, and I hate it.
Oh, it is. That's where.
but
Yep. Exactly. That's
She's
what I'm
still in
talking about
elementary
right
where they
there.
don't quite care yet. Not quite yet. But like my high
Yep.
schooler, everybody knows that story. That's not good. There's name calling and bullying and stuff, and there's things people say that you can't say anything back. Like you can't.
Yep.
It's not like there's an even exchange, right? If you hit
There's
someone,
not.
they hit you back.
No.
Okay, you're fighting. Cool. If you say
Yeah.
fuck you, they're like, well, fuck you. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
You're fighting.
Yeah.
Not a big deal. But you come at someone and you drop a slur that you can't come back with because if you say anything, then
Yep.
you're labeled or you're put into some box or you're ostracized for for you defending yourself or coming back just as hard, but maybe without the slurs. Maybe you didn't need to. Maybe you're just like, well, screw you, get out of my face. Like, oh, you can't say that to me. All of a sudden it turns into, you know, a race issue, or people dropping like craziness, and that shit goes viral because,
Oh yeah,
and sadly,
yeah.
not for the right reasons.
No,
Because
thank you. That's yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, if that video was flipped, right? If that video was flipped,
Yeah.
it would still go viral on Twitter. Do you think it would go viral?
Yeah,
but no, it wouldn't go viral and like, yeah, tell them this is multicultural, they don't belong. They were, I guarantee you that's what half the comments were. Flip that around, it would literally be like completely destroying the two guys. That's what would happen.
So what I meant by like, okay, so you know how they didn't bleep out the racial slur? They didn't bleep out the racial slurs on the two kids. Like the two kids didn't say any racial slurs, but the two women were saying racial slurs to the two kids. They didn't bleep those out. It went viral with it in it. Now, if it was the other way around, they would have bleeped out the slur, whatever, or it would have been taken down because of that slur. And that's what I'm saying. And I'm not saying either way it should have been taken down. Either way, it should have been taken down. It should not have gone. And if it didn't get taken down, it should have bleeped out, you know, the words. But what I'm saying is they basically saying it's okay to say that. They letting you hear it. And that's what bothered me. The same thing with what you were saying on TikTok, right? So my daughter comes up, she's like, oh, yeah, listen to this. Because she knows I get triggered by shit like this. So she was like, isn't this stupid? And she's like, so it was some kid called a white kid a cracker, right? And the kid said, the white kid said to him, are you saying that? That's racist. And then another white kid said to the white kid, no, he can't be racist. He's black. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on with today's youth?
They're changing definitions, man. I don't know. I don't think any place should censor that stuff. I think it should just be all out in the open. So if you say some ignorant ass shit, maybe you'll just get knocked out, humbled, and put in your place, and then maybe you can grow from there. If not, maybe you'll get knocked out again. You know, I think
back in the day they did.
Yeah, I think society needs to work it out. I don't think it's up to social media platforms. I don't think it's up to the media. I don't think anyone takes on that responsibility. Except the community. It's the community. That's it. Like, let us sort our shit out. You're not mom. You're not dad. Butt the fuck out. Just let us do our thing, and we'll work it out.
By the way, Shadow Panda, I see what you said. Definitely, I didn't mention it yet. I was definitely going to mention it later. RDiss and Shadow Panda are going live after he gets off with us. They're going live over on both your channels. His channel, which one?
Oh no, we're just going on mine and his on RDiss and MC, and his is I think it's Shadow Panda.
But yeah, definitely after this, if you guys are still looking for something to, somewhere to go chill out, and you know, obviously we're talking to RDiss right now, check them out. I've seen their stuff before, and they're a lot of fun to watch, and they kind of get into it too. So again, the link is in the description. But yeah, just FYI, when we're done, that's what they're going to be doing.
I'm trying to think of what time that is from my time.
Our time is 9 o'clock.
Okay, it's 9 o'clock.
Yeah, we going on at 9, but like at 8:45 or whatever. I said, yo, remind me so that I don't forget, because like you'll forget and talk their ear off forever. You know what I'm saying? So he told me he was like, so that's crazy how he hit you up, because I think maybe he tried to hit me up and I didn't see it because I'm on Discord.
Yeah, he said it in the YouTube chat, which is cool. Okay. Like that, I was already gonna tell y'all. So Shadow to Panda, see. And I can't say it very well, but no, truth, it is, social media is the community, sadly, and I've said this a billion times. The moment that we have access to everybody's information from everywhere, so let me give an example. A rock slide happens in California, and I live in Podunk, West Virginia, okay? And it doesn't make national news, but it still ends up, now that we have social media, it pops up on my feed, and oh no, we need to like start a GoFundMe, and I need to be an advocate, blah, blah, blah. Okay? A rock slide, a shooting, I'm not talking national tragedy. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, like, no offense, day to day, because I mean, I live in Houston. You think there aren't day to day shootings and shit like that around here? Come on now.
Yeah.
But you
Houston,
get what
come on. Yeah, of
but
course
you
there is.
you get what I'm saying. So now that we have access to every piece of information about from every place in the world or in the United States, right? We
Yeah.
now stop focusing on our locality where we live. We stop focusing on our actual community. So we're not like reading the paper or checking our local news because all I got to do is go on Google or Twitter or Facebook and I get all the news I need, right? That's all I
Yeah.
got to do. And because that's the norm now, people only look outside and they don't take care of their own communities. They don't take care of their own families and sections and like their local churches, their local sports arenas, and for things to do. They go
Facts.
they go online to find because they, oh my god, I gotta find drama. There's no drama. When in the 90s, for me, when there was no drama, I'd go to the library, I'd hang out with my friends. Now, no, I'm too busy trying to run a campaign to save, Bob the Builder in Cleveland, Ohio, who, smashed his thumb and now people are calling him a racist and now I have to like stand up for him and get a GoFundMe and like advocate and repost. Like, what the fuck, man? And because
You're like, yo, fuck that. I got enough going on.
well, that's the thing, because if everybody took care of their community or was involved in their community, you could imagine that all of those communities would be more positive, which would affect everything as a whole.
That
You got
feedback.
you got a good
I can hear it. Hey, I think someone's getting feedback. Like when Kat
Okay.
was talking. Is that you, Kat, or is that?
It could be me. Was that
Did
me?
you like go on speaker or something?
Yeah, I went on speaker. Yeah, I went on speaker
Okay.
because my earpiece died.
Oh, okay.
So I went on why? Oh, am I still getting feedback?
No, you're fine. It was through. I think it was through Kat. I don't know. Kat,
Okay.
say hi.
Hello.
No, you're good. Okay,
It's
we're
good
good.
now.
Sounds good.
I'm just saying, if we
What
would
was it?
focus more locally and affect our local areas, something that everybody's like, oh, well, it's too big of an issue for me to do anything about. Well, guess what? It's not too big in a smaller scale, right?
Well, yeah,
Mhm.
biologically, we're not designed to deal with the problems of how many people are in this country? Like 330 million. Like we're
Yeah.
not designed to internalize all that suffering and try to, it's just too much. It's probably why we're so anxious too. There's just too many goddamn people. It's like, what do
No,
you
we're
do?
anxious because we're on the East Coast. That's why we anxious. Because a lot of people from the South and the West, they are a lot less calmer than, well, at least I am. What's it called? I feel like the East Coast is just I don't know, high strung like crazy, bro. But yeah, I feel like even Kat seems like she's real cool, calm, collected. You know what I'm saying? Like she
Yeah.
went
Well,
outside. She had, huh?
Well, Kat, you grew up in like not in a city, right?
Oh, I've always been like suburban.
Suburban. Okay. All right.
Yeah, like Toledo, Ohio, was born. I lived in Stone Mountain, Georgia. Like, I didn't live in rural. The only time I did was in Florida, and fuck that juju, okay? Let me just say, I took off from there.
What? Wait, what? Fuck that, what?
That juju, it has bad juju. All of my ex-in-laws are there.
What is that?
Juju, it's like bad mojo, like bad
Bad
Oh, okay.
vibes or something.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like you
Mystic.
go
Oh,
in there and you get the
juju.
heebie-jeebies. You're like, there's some evil shit around here, man.
Sounds
Yeah.
like a slur.
Mhm.
Yo, what up, Juju?
I didn't know what it was. I was like, what the hell is him? But
I'm
anyway,
gonna look it up exactly. A charm or fetish, especially a type used by. Wait, what?
I knew you was a free cat. She uses that. She's
Juju
like,
is a
"Juju."
Okay. Juju is a spiritual. What the fuck is going on with Oxford dictionaries? All right, so this is what it really is: a spiritual belief system incorporating objects such as amulets and spells. Okay, this is getting freaky too.
Mhm.
You know what? Never mind. Let's keep moving.
Okay, so think of New Orleans and think of like
You didn't
voodoo
want to look
vibes.
at cat way.
Think of like voodoo vibes and think that you go in somewhere and there's like, shrunken heads and like it smells a little
Yeah, I see what
funny.
you're saying.
Or you got the guy in the club that's kind of eyeballing you all kinds of weird and you're like, this doesn't feel good. It's bad juju. That's what I'm saying. It's a bad mojo.
Urban
I
Dictionary
get
is
it.
a better, more reliable definition of it. A positive or negative vibe, aura, or sensation emanating from a person, place, or thing. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yes.
There you
Yeah,
go.
that would have made sense.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I mean. All of my ex-in-laws live in that section, in that area, and so I will not go
Wait
there.
till- I got you. So you calling them freaks?
I'm calling them crazy assholes. Not every one of them. There's like one or two that are okay, but yeah, that was hell on earth. It's, bad memories, bad experiences, bad interactions, and all of a sudden you're just like, fuck this place. That's where I am.
I feel you. I feel you. So you just want out right away.
I took off, man. I
You
moved
bring
to
the hood
Texas.
to the burbs. I'll tell you that right now, Missy. She bringing the hood to the burbs over there. She had like a street fight outside the house. It was like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, that happened.
Literally had a bad girls club or some shit because they was just out there brawling. And I mean,
That
I'm
was
not
my
talking
daughter.
about,
She was in the chat a little bit ago.
I'm talking about, and I'm being serious. I'm not talking about like, your average, you know what I'm saying, girl fight, scratching. I'm talking about you heard the shit go douche, douche when they were hitting each other in the head. I'm like, God damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, all you heard was douche. I was just crazy when I seen that. I'm like, yo, that shit looked really, I ain't gonna lie, that shit did look brutal though. I'm like, these are little kids.
17-year-olds. 17-year-olds.
Yeah, but that was like a gully ass fight.
Yeah. That was like headshots. Like, yeah.
Yeah,
That was fun.
yeah. See what I'm saying? She just said it was fun.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I'm being sarcastic because I had to break it up, and then they came at me, and then my daughter saw them coming at me and went, "Don't!" She's like, "Bitch, don't you come at my mom!" and just clocked her. It was great.
Yo, don't let Cat fool you. She said, she's like, I just had to go break up a fight. There's nowhere in that video do you see Cat's hand or anything reaching for the two.
No,
She is
I
not
gave
going
them
to break up
time.
anything. Huh?
No, I did. They cut off the video. They cut off the video because I went at them and I broke them up. And you see me coming down the driveway. That's my ass walking down the driveway all slow. I wanted to, get your shit out your system. But when my kid kind of got her in a headlock and they started doing like earshots over and over, I'm like, nope. But yeah.
Yeah, that was brutal. I ain't gonna lie, that shit was brutal.
And then they play some bitch shit where they doctor it and make it look a certain way.
Yeah, we didn't take video. That was someone else. So that's their version. They cut it off.
I don't think you could have been doctored.
No, they cut it off, and that's why you don't see me breaking up the fight.
Well,
Yeah,
I see. I don't believe that,
shit.
but I don't believe you broke it up at all. I think when it was done, you was like, all right, get your ass in the house. And that's your way of breaking it up.
I did break it up because they came at me. There's like, you put your hands on the other girl. We're going to come at you. We're going to get you arrested. And then, they're going to have their moms come beat my ass, all this stuff. And then after that,
that's why they cut it out.
When they posted it, not only was it comments about my weight, whatever, who gives a fuck? You can say what you say.
No, but you wasn't even in it.
I was walking down the driveway. They could see that. And then
let's see that.
On top of that, they called me because I broke up the fight. They said that I was racist. So.
You lying.
I'm not lying. I promise you I'm not lying.
You racist because you broke up the fight.
You want to know who else is racist apparently? Gandhi.
Oh.
Oh, now they calling him a racist?
Yeah, I mean, well, he's peaceful too, right? So
yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I see I see what you're doing there. Oh man, it's crazy.
People like that reach, man. They are reaching, like to vilify people. It's like, all this person did was break up a fight. Like, why are you calling her?
Well, she broke up a fight that her daughter was in. You know what I'm saying? Like, and her daughter was like really like, you don't understand. I'm talking about like you heard like dunk, dunk. So it's like, all right, so it's like for real, that's enough. Like, I mean, them shits were some hard shots.
Back in the day, someone would have stuffed her in a trash can and rolled her down a hill. Let's be honest. Like, that's it. It's over. And then if you went to the cop would have been like, go home to your parents. Like,
yeah.
But now everyone's, fucking, we validate what you're saying. We're affirming. We've got affirmation cops. We got affirmation everything, like affirmation therapists. Like, go fuck yourself. Like, we need to
Yeah.
tell people when they're being wrong. We need to be honest. We don't have to be disrespectful about it, but we need to be honest. And
Well,
it's
the
like,
whole thing
if
started
if
because
that person fucked up,
yeah.
listen, you fucked up. You got to do better. That's all. You don't have to be
Yeah.
a dick about it. You know, it's just as a society, we don't have to be a dick about it. We can tell someone they're wrong in a productive way.
Yeah, I think
That
it's
whole
all
thing
crazy.
started because my daughter told them, "You're not going to disrespect my mom." Because I'd known the girl for a long time ago. She'd been at my house a million times. We took her down to Schlitterbahn's. Like, she was close. They were close like 2.5 years ago. She's like, "You're not."
Yeah.
She told me, she's like, "I disrespect you, but I'll be damned. Nobody else is going to." And that's
It's
what the
just
whole
sad.
thing was about. She's like, "No, I'm not gonna back down. You're gonna understand that what you did is wrong." And then they roll up with 4 people. Like,
Yeah. That's sad. That sucks when you got 2 kids that are like great friends like that,
yeah, it
and
was
then
so
you know what I'm
sad.
saying? That
Because they were so
sucks.
close. It's so sad. Because then they tell all their secrets, and that's why you gotta be
Yeah.
careful. You gotta be careful what you say. Even like I know I trust people, and I kind of open. I'm very open. I don't lie. Like I'm not bullshitting when I say what I'm
Yeah.
saying, and I don't exaggerate. I'm very sarcastic. However, I do open myself up to the point knowing that at some point someone's going to take something that I say and they're going to attack me with it. Someone that I thought was close to me,
Yeah.
because it's inevitable statistically, right?
But yeah.
But I can't hide behind that. You just can't. So you just got to take your licks and, learn from it and move on and do better and learn when to keep cards closer to your chest.
Yeah.
Not
That's
let
why when I
everybody see
did
your hand.
my Yeah, no, because that's why when I did my page, I did the same thing. Well, I like not did the same thing. What I did is, you know what I'm saying. I made sure like everything was out. You know what I'm saying. My felonies, everything. So like nobody could try to use that against me like later on. You know what I'm saying. So anything you could use, I already put out there. You can go look it up on a video. I've already said it. So I mean, that's just the way you got to be when you do this type of stuff because it could be anything,
Yep.
anything, the smallest thing, it will get turned if you haven't already put it out there. But if you already put it out there, there's no way for them to use it. It's like, nah, he already put it out there. There's no. It doesn't hit as hard as something that's like breaking. Especially like the bigger you get. Like especially you guys definitely got to think about that. Like the larger you guys get, that's gonna happen.
Well, like that video you were talking about, when those things happen, half the time, the people that are like the more peaceful people in the video or that are, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about.
Yes,
Like they're
they,
usually not big on like trying to cause a stir on social media and stuff. You get the people that are the instigators, right? You check their social medias. They're recording everything to catch those got 'em moments, right? They want to catch them being an asshole to someone.
yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I think the key to that is just like if you say something and you look at it and you're like, did I do anything wrong? And you say to yourself, no, I didn't do anything wrong. Just don't give them the satisfaction. Don't apologize. Be like, I didn't do anything wrong. I'm not apologizing. I said this because of this, and that's it. If you have a problem with that, fuck off. That's it. And then you know what? They have no power over you and they back off. You know? But if you did something wrong, then you're fucked.
Yeah.
I mean, no matter which way they cut it, you're right. I mean, you can't. I mean, I like to get ahead of the story. If it's something crazy and, they out there, yeah, I like to get ahead of it. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
I know exactly what you're talking about. Like, I'd probably be like, yo, man, I ain't do shit, but just to let y'all know, this is what happened. You don't believe me? All right, now fuck off. You know what I'm saying? Because I know exactly what I did and what I didn't do. But you got a very good point there. Like, apologies just kind of make you, even if you apologize and just to apologize or whatever it is, like, for whatever reason, you know what I'm saying? Because you're that type of person that said, well, maybe to me it wasn't offensive, maybe to them it was, so maybe I might just apologize just for the fuck of it, not for the fuck of it, just for the fact that maybe I did offend somebody. I apologize, even
well,
though you did.
that's like where you gotta like see. That's where like things can get like you can get conflated or something. That's where you gotta say like I'm apologize if I offended someone, but I don't
Yeah,
believe I did anything wrong. And
yeah,
it's like
and then if
people
they
got to
start
know that
saying,
distinction, because
yeah,
I feel like if they get under your skin, you get nervous, then you conflate the two things, and then you
yeah,
just apologize rather than being like I'm apologize I apologize because I offended someone, not because of what I said. I don't apologize for
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
You know?
Exactly. There you go. That's a good exact way of saying it, because it's like, listen, you know what I mean? Because the apology itself makes it look like, oh, you did something wrong or whatever. So what I was trying to get at is like, either you mean it or you don't, because if you're gonna go out there and say you apologize and you don't mean it, it's just kind of like, well, like, so if you mean it in a way of, listen, maybe to me or whatever, or but to you guys, maybe I did, you got offended. So my apologies for that, if that was the case. But if what I'm saying, to me, I feel like, where I stand is, I I didn't say anything wrong. So, if that did offend you and it hurt your feelings, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, but I see what you're saying. It just becomes, the apology becomes a how do I say? It becomes a one of them
It'll
things
be
that,
weaponized against you, I think.
yes, yes, exactly. The apology itself becomes the weapon, and it's like they use it in which way they want to use it, even though you meant it in the way of, yo, I truly do apologize if I did offend you. I truly do. Even if that's how you really feel, it's hard to apologize because of the fact that they will use it as a weapon. So hopefully I didn't confuse anybody when I was saying it, because basically that's what I was trying to break down was, just the fact that you saying sorry, that better be your stance, because if you really not sorry and you just doing it just because, you might have offended somebody, that shit's going to be used against you. King, go back there.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, 307, what up?
Oh, that's Matt. What's
What
up,
Matt?
Matt?
Matt.
Yeah, I completely agree, because I've had times where I've said things and it was a major issue in a different platform, whatever. It was a major thing. And, well, you did this. No, I didn't. Yeah, I know you did. No, I didn't. Well, I know you did because I can read your mind. Well, you can't read my mind. Fuck off. And it's like, you just need to be nice and apologize. I'm not apologizing for shit. I didn't do shit. I'm not apologizing for anything. In fact, I think that you reading my mind is ridiculous, and that's that. So I've had that situation happen where it's like, I know
See,
what you're thinking thing.
that says more about that person than it says about you, and it's like, if it's no longer about you and what you said, then it's just, there's no point in engaging it. That's where it's just like, well, an apology is it I'm apologizing for something in that person's head that never happened. It's like, no.
Yeah, yeah,
That's exactly what it was.
yeah. Yeah, very true.
Can't we just get along? God damn it.
Nah, yeah, that's the way the world is. I just think it's the social media thing is what drives it up, because like if we, especially with the kids, because at first I was like, yo, these kids are softies or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like they all fucking fucked up in the head and shit. But I was thinking about it. So remember back in the day when we was in school, like something happened, and if you were out of school, you're like, damn, I fucking missed it, and you hear about it the next day in school.
Yep.
About what happened, a fight, whatever. So imagine this now. Now it's not where you miss anything, and it's not just usually it's the people in your class or your town that hears about whatever happened, whether it's embarrassing. It doesn't matter what it was. You could have fell down, bust your ass. You could have had, your shit stain on your fucking pants that you didn't wash out, and you wore your pants inside out because you wore them the day before, but you forgot to wear underwear, so now you got a shit stain on the outside of your pants. You know what I'm saying? So
It's a
what
personal
I was
thing
going to
that
say that
happened?
sounds like a personal.
Nah, actually, no. Can I be real with you? This really, 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 really happened with this poor kid. You know what I'm saying? They didn't really have much, and I don't know if they had good hygiene. Well, obviously they didn't have good hygiene. There was shit stain on the outside of the pants, or it could have been a blood stain. I'm not sure. I don't know. It was a female, and she got picked on a lot, and so basically, it was back in the day that something like that could have made this girl basically like hurt herself if it was in today's time, because in today's time what would happen is that shit would be recorded and uploaded for the world to see, not just the town. So that's what I'm trying to say is, being a kid nowadays, it I used to like really crack on these kids, like, y'all is soft as shit, like y'all is so fucking emotional. But it's not that. It's the fact that everything is being recorded and uploaded. Like, it's embarrassing. Like, can you imagine that shit being on, you know what I'm saying, social media? It's not just your class that finds out. You can't outrun that shit no matter where you go. Oh,
Yes.
ain't you the girl that had the doo-doo stain or whatever on your pants? You know
Yeah,
what I'm
the
saying?
stakes are way higher. I never really thought of it that way, and that
Yeah.
really does make a lot of sense. It's like, if you do something dumb, it's not just a matter of it was recorded, it will stick with you, it'll be online forever. It's a matter of
Yes.
it'll stick to you, it'll be online forever, and everyone has access to it
Yes. And that's
forever.
how, yeah, exactly. And I never really looked at it like that until my daughter came and, she was telling me about some stuff. And I'm like, damn, man, I fucking feel for you kids because I could just imagine that because, it's like the stuff that you get worried about when you go to school when you're them ages, you're growing into your body, you're growing into yourself, just stuff that happens. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
All
come on, there's days, it's just crazy stuff. And kids are cruel little motherfuckers, yo. They're bad, bro. They're evil. You know what I'm saying? They will not let you go for shit. And what I mean by evil, I mean just with their words. They're just really blunt. They'll say it. Like if you stink, I'm like, yo, you fucking stink. Or if you didn't brush your teeth that morning, yo, your breath smell like shit. They will say it like that, no problem. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to say is like little kids, they have no filter. And then, and also they also emotional. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, it just must be hard for these kids, like because of the fact that, everything is just posted, bro. Everything. It don't matter what it is posted. Can't stop that.
I
I
think they
mean,
need to go after the people that record this stuff.
yeah,
The
no, you're
people
right. You got a
recording
good point.
fights while someone gets like really hurt.
That's
People
shameful.
standing around recording when someone needs help. People that record people just to it's go figure. They had this big bullying movement, right? And all of a sudden, everyone turned into bullies
Yeah.
because no one cares about anything more than going viral. Everyone wants
Yes.
to go
Yes. Yes.
viral.
It's just so
So
funny that like everyone's like so against bullying. Like everyone hashtag like whatever I'm against bullies, whatever the grandstanding. But then like the internet is so used to bully people.
yeah, facts.
Like it's so incredibly hypocritical.
Well,
Yeah.
And I
Skullz, you
see
can't
it
say
all
shit.
the
You
fucking
rap.
time.
Rap and hip hop are all, man. Bully is kind of that's part and parcel with some of that, you know.
Sort of.
It's well, I wouldn't say it's bullying, but I would say it's very 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 what's the modern word for that? Toxic masculinity or some shit.
Well,
That's what they would call
the
it.
thing
Nah.
is that people seem to have scruples when it comes to like rap battles and disses and stuff. They're supposed to have like these just you could go at somebody and you can say things, but it's like when people get and I've said this before, there's somebody that made a song about Lil Nas X and they're talking about how he should die. And then they were explaining in detail in their rap song about how they should get like a dildo and it should have razor blades and they should shove it up their ass and that's how they should kill him and while he bleeds out. And I'm like, you're vile and fuck you. Like, I don't care if I don't fuck with Lil Nas X because I don't. But that's disgusting. And if you ever put content out like that, I will never fuck with you again. Like that's how I feel.
Yeah, and you got the right for that. You got the right to that.
That's what I'm saying. Like I understand that some people are like, oh, that was crazy, and it's like, but I think there's that line of just human respect. Now I know people like go at people with disses and stuff, but there's a big difference when you talk about like bodily harm, their children, like all this different stuff. I think I don't know, but
Yeah.
I feel differently, but I can understand where you're coming from. I feel differently though. I just feel like you should be able to put out that shit, and the people that want to buy it, and the people that don't, the people that buy it, they twist it. You know what I'm saying? The people that don't. I don't know if it's just words at that point. I mean, that sounded pretty graphic, like razor blades on it. But at the end of the day, I, I mean, did this guy ever like have an encounter with Nas X? Like
no.
maybe they were lovers at one time. Who knows?
Well, that's the thing is that, and that was a really good way to put it because that's something I didn't specify. I think it's vile. I don't like that, right?
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that someone won't be like, oh, damn, he got him, dude, yeah, yeah. And realize it's just a song. I feel like words mean something, lyricism means something. So if you're threatening it and you think that someone, and you're saying that someone should go out and do that, you're encouraging people. Maybe you have a super fan who goes and stands out and does that. I don't know. But my point being is that if you like it and you're like, cool, I like this song, like it all you want. I personally won't click on it.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
Yeah,
We're in
yeah,
the
so
minority
the
though
right to
because
that.
we think that lyricism matters. So we're in the minority.
How
on
dare
that
we?
one.
Yeah.
How dare we appreciate
Yeah.
lyrics?
Yeah, I mean, like even with like my song, like Greta Thunberg, it's like that song was never. It's not about Greta Thunberg.
That was
you know
hilarious. That comment was hilarious.
Dude, yes, I can't believe some people actually thought that. It was like, dude, I'm not going after Greta Thunberg. I'm using her as kind of like a metaphor for all these toxic things, you know? And it's like, and that's it. It's kind of a trolly song. And it's like, I see, that's where I feel like that I have that philosophy of lyricism matters. And it's like, I can see the layers behind it. I know you can too, Kat. I'm sure you can too. And it's like some people just don't look that deep into it, even though it's like, you know, like one layer deep. It's not fucking rocket science, but you know, but
that's the
a
name
lot
of
of
your
people,
new track
a
is
lot of
rocket
people,
science. That's what it needs to be. It should
I
be
want to
like
make
it
a
should be
song
a
about
rap
social
where it says,
media.
"Bitch, this ain't rocket science."
I did have that. I had some shit like that. What did I say? A little food for thought, but don't you worry about your diet, mental exercise, but relax. It's not rocket science.
All right. So when you say lyricism matters, in what sense are you saying that?
Like pretty much in every aspect. Like no matter what you're pursuing, I think it should be done in a tasteful way. I guess,
So
see, that's the thing, that word
that wouldn't be
taste.
lyricism. That'd be taste, right?
Well, it's still lyricism, you know, because like lyricism could be untasteful, you know.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Okay,
you know,
okay. I'm sorry. That's because that's
no,
where I
you're
thought
good.
you was going. All right. I thought
You know,
you was.
like especially with taste, like I think pop's a really good example of it.
Yeah.
Like you can see like the evolution from like or de-evolution depending on how you look at it. If you look at like Michael Jackson's lyrics,
Yeah.
there's nothing really like there's sophistication in his lyrics. There are cool double entendres, you know, even like Elton John with like Rocket Man, like you know, we know what that song's about, but they covered it up, you know. They don't make it super obvious, you know, like even though it's obvious. You know, like they dance around it, they play with it. But like nowadays, like I hear songs where it's just like, yo girl, I want to fuck you. It's like and they're singing it and I'm like, well, anyone can just come out and say that. Like be clever about it, you know? Like
Yeah.
or
You like
disguise
the
it up. Like
subliminals. Yeah, you like the subliminals. I see what you're
yeah,
saying.
I just like because literally anyone can say that in a song. Literally
Yeah,
anyone.
I see. I know. I
It's
see what you're saying.
so
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Like metaphoric, because metaphors is I
that's
love
what makes it
metaphors and similes.
interesting. That's
Yeah,
what makes it
metaphors.
interesting. And it's like
Yeah.
without that, then where's the interest?
All right,
And I
my
mean, I
apologies.
guess
I thought you was trying to
no, bro.
splice it with tasteful means lyricism. I'm like, no, the fuck it don't. But yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
What
no,
you're
no, no,
saying
no.
is give it the metaphoric. I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's true.
Well, there
I see
can
where
be
you're
a
coming
good,
from.
well-placed
But
fuck you in a song.
Yeah.
yes,
No,
Like
yes,
that,
there
that is
absolutely
fire.
can. No, dude, that can be the most tasty fucking thing about the song.
Yeah.
Well,
No, you're right.
Yeah.
I seen a
Yeah.
video,
Yeah,
I think it was today. I was scrolling, and I usually never do this, but I was weird. It was being weird and waiting on someone to respond to me. I don't remember who it was. And I was scrolling through like the reels or whatever, and I saw these people were dancing, and I was like, oh, okay, it's a dance, you know, gotta love dance. And so I go to look at it, and it was like,
Twerking.
it was like, lick my pussy, stick your finger in my ass. I'm like, whoa.
Oh,
Like,
see that's a
What was
sight
the
for
song
me
called?
though. I like that type of shit. Sit down. No cap. Like, see what I'm trying to say? Like, it's like,
no,
yeah,
it's
I
different
would love
strokes
that.
for different folks, man. It's just, I get that. I read dirty ass books all day, every day. Like, I don't need anyone to like explain to me all the dirty things people can do. I like people to be kind of, you know, sneaky about. Like,
I
look
see
at
what
Blackstreet back in the day. Come on now.
Yeah, nah, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. Yo, Black Sheep was the shit though. I ain't gonna lie.
Keith
Uh,
Sweat, like any of them.
yeah,
You
no,
want to know what it
I
is
feel you.
too? You
I
want to know
feel
what it
you.
is too? I think an innuendo is more attractive than just coming out and saying something. Like,
Sometimes I like getting right to the point.
yeah, it's it's like sometimes like you know when you're sleeping with a girl and it's like you know leave a little clothes on, you know, like leave a little mystery to it, you
Leave
know,
your
like
socks on. What?
Nah, when I come in, she gotta be naked, bro. Otherwise, I
flat
don't
out
know what we're
naked.
doing.
Nah,
If
bro,
we
you
taking
gotta
a nap, if we taking a nap, then yo, you leaving some clothes on. But if you ain't got no clothes on, I know we ain't taking a nap, man. Maybe I just don't know how to read between the lines.
But see, that's the
playing. I'm just
fun,
being a
dude.
troll.
Like, you gotta, like, you gotta take the chance. It's like, you
Yeah.
might strike out, you might not, but like that's part of the excitement, you know?
Well, I'm all for a
Facts.
sure thing. Don't get me wrong. I really am.
Yeah, no,
However-
sometimes it's good.
However, I have no interest. I don't personally want to see tits and ass. I don't care. I don't care. I'm a female.
Well,
I
my
have
ass
tits
first.
and ass. I don't need to see someone else's up in my face. Like I can almost see inside you. I don't need
Wait
that.
a minute. Hold on. You're telling me that you're telling me on Sunday night you ain't over there flicking through the channels and you're like, God damn, that linebacker got a fatty. You don't say that?
No.
You don't?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm reading a book.
You said that like, no.
She's like, no, I don't really. For real.
Said it so innocently.
Dude,
Yes, yeah. The way she said it was like so. Listen,
No,
I'm for
when
real.
I went
like,
to the strip club, the last time that I went, it was so long ago. The last time I went to the strip club, one of the girls knew that I was just like, yeah, go dance on the chick over there because she wants it. She was like 8 months pregnant. Go dance with her. Like, I
Okay.
don't need you to stick a crotch in my face. Like, I'm good.
Yeah. It's
And
a
then-
boy.
Exactly. Well, I mean, the person she was dancing on, not the stripper. But the second stripper comes up to me, and she's all like, "Hey," I'm like, "No, no," and I'm like scooting back in the chair, like, "No, no, 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 let's not have this happen." And all you hear from the first one, who's dancing over my friend over there, goes, "Hey, she don't like pussy," and all the guys, whoosh, I was like, "Oh shit." And I'm like, yeah, maybe this isn't the scene for me. Just because
Yeah.
you can have it, own it. If I had one that looked like theirs do, you bet your ass everyone would be looking at it because I would be half naked all the time. However, I just don't think it needs to be 3 inches from my face. I don't want to see
Yo.
inside people.
Yeah,
no,
like,
no.
like you're expected to take out like a fucking microscope or some shit, start studying this shit. Yeah, it's a little fucking weird. Yeah, no, that's what I don't like about strip clubs.
Can
It's
I
weird.
can I let you guys listen to some audio and tell me what you guys think about this audio real quick?
Okay.
We-
Uh-oh.
We could try it.
All right.
Hopefully
Hold
it
on.
comes through. What is it?
Hold on. It's
We're gonna be
something.
surprised.
It's something that it's something that academics said, and I want you guys to tell me. It's kind of like topic of females. Listen to this.
20 or a 17 or a 21 and a 17. Just kind of mean one's a minor and one's not a minor. But I will say, listen, I adopted this rule, which I think was fine. I said, listen, man, as long as a chick got a college ID, she's getting f***ed. I don't care if she's 17. I don't care if she's 17 and a half. I don't care if she just turned 17. Y'all know where I...
All right. So that right there was academics, right? Hello?
No, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, DJ Academics.
Mhm.
And he said that, he basically there was a little bit of something on there. I can't quote him verbatim because it's like hold on. He said bad baby got mad titties. All right, so when you remember that girl, Bad Baby?
Yeah.
I mean, outside, how about that? You know what I'm saying? She blows up now. Now she made like $40 million in OnlyFans and like, I forgot, like monthly or whatever it is. She's like making a lot of money. So he's saying for a 15-year-old, and I mean, this is a grown-ass man saying this, that 15-year-old, she got bad taters. So what do you guys think about that? Like people that are like celebrities or just like, because you guys were talking about like, just being blunt and whatever. Do you think that there's a room for that shit?
Well, and you're saying that the person he's talking about is like a 15-year-old?
Not like 15.
Yeah, no,
And he's
absolutely
saying-
fucking not. You should shut your
and-
goddamn mouth and keep it to yourself.
And
And-
he's saying if she got a college ID, she getting fucked.
Nope. Oh, no. I would, no.
Better
And-
be security on that college campus, keeping that motherfucker at bay.
Now, this is a this guy gets, I mean, he came up through the drill rap movement in Chicago. They ended up hating him. They wanted to kill him, but he's like super troll that can't be like touched. And don't get me wrong, his content, I like that he's real. I never heard this though. you know, me having daughters at the age that I do, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's kind of like fucked up. And don't get me wrong, he's one that has been proven that if you fuck with him, it don't matter how small you are, he will fucking crush you as a content creator or whatever, because he's gotten that big. I mean, he all these labels, like he literally tells rappers, it don't matter whatever rapper you know that you think that is whatever. He's like, nah, I shit on all you niggas. Like he literally, and this is like just, you know, this dude is like really, he's no tough guy or nothing, but he just really is that guy. You know what I'm saying? They got to go to him.
Narcissistic a little bit.
Huh?
It sounds almost narcissistic a little bit.
Oh yeah, he is. No, he's definitely a narcissist. He's definitely a narcissist. But he's the type that will follow you to the ends of the earth and you know what I'm saying? If you say something, he's got to get his get back. And so nobody really speaks up on it because not rappers, not nobody. Like if that was R. Kelly, like everybody was on R. Kelly because R. Kelly, whatever. Or if that was anybody that said that, bro, that shit is not tolerated. If hopefully he never goes to jail, because that right there is just gonna be something that he's gonna get poked for. Because of the fact that, you know, you just don't talk like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that, it's just fucked up.
No, that was horrible. You don't say that. I'm sorry, you don't say that shit. I don't care if they have, you know, a passport and, you know, $15 million. They're still 15. Stop.
Oh yeah. Now this is the guy that the entire hip hop game goes to for, you know, like it don't matter who the rapper is. They will apologize to him if the rapper speaks out of pocket. This is how big he has gotten. I mean, he's like gotten that powerful. And he literally says it. I mean, because he even proves he makes more than all these rap. Like he literally talks shit, and it's like, bro, this dude is gonna end up clapping this dude, and nobody ends up doing nothing. And it's like because I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. He's gotten that big. But my point is,
you know what he sounds like? He sounds like Hollywood, where no one wants to stick up for anyone because it's just like it's a power dynamic. Like, if you call out Harvey Weinstein, he's not gonna. And I'm not comparing him to Harvey Weinstein, even though he's fucking gross for that. But it's like, if you speak up against this dude, you'll never work in this place. And it sounds like he's trying to pull that same kind of power dynamic with it.
He's not trying. He definitely pulled it.
He's saying.
He's pulling it. He's pulling it. Anybody and everybody that like he fucking shuts them down. And if not, like he literally, and don't get me wrong, most of his fans are haters, but it's what is he gonna say next and what is he gonna do next?
Yeah, see, that's the problem. It's not so much the supply, it's more the demand there. More the demand. And see, nobody will say that. Nobody will say that. It's like if a politician came up and was like, look, the reason why things are bad is because you guys don't vote good. No one would vote for him. No one.
Yep.
But it's the truth. The truth. People need to hear it, but nobody wants to say it because there's nothing in it for them. And that's a problem. Like we need to be more receptive to hearing criticism and stuff like that. And that's why I hate, I mean, it goes back to the social media thing. That's why I hate all the censorship. Like we need to get used to hearing this stuff. We need to get used to it.
I think it's my generation. So I really think my generation was the problem. I think what happened was my generation was the generation that like, yo, accept everybody and don't, you know, because I'm not gonna lie, like that's, you know, I brought up my kids like that, like, yo, man, like, you know, everybody is, you know, cool, you know, because, you know, I went through it. So I was just like, you know, it was my generation was the generation, because if a lot of these kids that are coming up and that are, you know, doing all of this stuff are usually are kids that are usually, you know, they could be my kids. So that's why I'm saying my generation, because I look around, I'm like, yeah, they're old enough to be my kid. They're old enough, and I look at it and I'm like, oh, wait a minute, it's my generation's kids. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's my generation that brought these kids up this way, because it was like the turning point of, I think it was the turning point of like racism and sex, just all of that shit. I don't know about all the other stuff, but I think it's like, just be more tolerable to people. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's where it started. But I think what ends up happening, like anything else, with the turn, people are going to take it where they take it. And I just think it's just like with this social media, it's gotten way out of control. You know what I'm saying?
It was like a matter of like, there's so much intolerance, and then the pendulum swings the other way. We're getting more tolerant. Then you might take that too far, and then what typically happens is you swing back, and then you're
Oh
really
yeah,
intolerant, and then it's just
yeah.
back and forth.
Well,
We can never reach a balance point.
why do you
That's
think? All
like the
right, now,
mark of humanity.
yeah, it could be taboo, right, to bring this up, but I will. All right, so when I first started social media 2 years ago, I was a huge liberal, man, the biggest fucking liberal you'll ever fucking meet, right? I believed everything they said, and obviously found out they lied to my ass. They only come around, but I didn't know that, bro, because they preyed on my emotions. They preyed on, yo, them fucking Republicans. You know what I'm saying? They don't like you just because who you are. And don't get me wrong. Sometimes it was they was right about that, but not all of them. Because then when you go over there and you look, and it's like, wait a minute, they're not all like that. But then so I think both sides will have their way of doing things, because at one point, because like these guys are the social justice warriors, and they gotta censor everything you say. The liberals now, right? But there was a time where Republicans would do that. You know what I'm saying? No
Oh yeah,
cap. Republicans
Republicans
try
in
to
the '90s.
try to
Oh my
cancel
god.
Eminem before the word cancel ever fucking was made.
Yep.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They definitely did that. So it became where I said, fuck it, maybe I'm more Republican. And it wasn't that. I was always a blue dog Democrat. I was social on social issues, you know what I'm saying? And then, basically conservative on fucking, you know what I mean? Just basically anything that had to do with budget or shit like that. You know what I mean? I was like, yo, man, y'all gotta. But at the end of the day, neither of them practice what they fucking preach, because they both spend like drink on sailors. I don't give a shit what anybody says. And it's like, yo, they both are hypocrites. And at the end of the day, I don't think either of them fucking do nothing. I think they sit there, they take money, they laugh in your face, and they only do for themselves. And that's why I became an independent, because it's like, bro, you look at these two sides, and it's like, bro, like you were saying, it's not because you vote. It's like who you vote for. It's like you voted wrong, and you're right. If the right can't, but here's my issue though: could you ever vote right? Because even if you vote right, even if you vote, and I mean, I'm not talking about right as in conservative, I'm talking about the right way. Suppose you get a candidate that's really going to go up there. They're really fucking gung-ho, and they really are going to go up there and do what they said they're going to do. But guess what? When they get there, guess what? You want to do that? Well, you ain't going to be able to do it, because guess what? If you're a liberal or a Democrat, a liberal or a Republican, they're the ones that control the dollars. So they're the ones that's going to swing the vote whichever way they're going to do it, and they're going to shut you down. So they're going to say, oh, yeah, well, if you do that, we're going to run this person to get you in the primary. You ain't going to get nothing done, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? So it ends up becoming, hello?
No, I hear you.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Somebody just called in. So it ends up becoming where this happens, right? You can't get it done even if you want to, because the powers that be, they don't care about your state. They don't care about what you promised. They care about the party and what the party looks like, and how, oh, well, because think about it. 1 minute, the party's for this. The next minute, it's for that. It's just like the vitamin C. 1 minute, the R's were for it when their candidate was in, and they were all for it. They were all fucking for it. They were all for taking it. They were all for all of that bullshit. And this is why I said screw them both. They was all for it. And then guess what? Now, and Dems weren't. Dems were like, hell no. If that's Trump, that's in it. That if Trump is in it, I'm not gonna go for it. I'm not gonna take it. I'm not gonna take the vitamin C or whatever it is, or whatever we called it. I'm not gonna take that shit. Yeah, I'm not gonna take it. So both sides were on opposite sides of what they are right now. You know what I'm saying? Both sides, and that's no cap, because when one was in, the one side said we're not going to take it if he's in, and then because all the libs that come up to you screaming in your face and like, how dare you? They weren't for it when Trump was in. They didn't want to take it. They was like, yo, we are not going to take that. We're not going to do it because we don't trust it. It's too early. We need some more data. Basically what normal people have always said, no matter who was in. Like, I'm one of them. I didn't take it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't take it because of the fact that there's not enough data. You know what I mean? It's not because right or left told me to take it or not. It's because of the fact that I chose my own way. But if you listen to these fucking idiots up in office, I don't care which side you on, they both fucking idiots. I'm being dead real. Like, I can't stand the motherfuckers in office. I can't. Like, them motherfuckers are the biggest hypocrites. I'm so sick of people like, you a sheep. You a sheep. Nah, if you calling somebody a sheep, most likely you're a fucking sheep. Because any normal person is not going to call somebody a sheep, bro, because that sheep talk is just through the echo chamber, bro. Like, I get so aggravated when I see that shit because it's like, bro, sometimes I'm standing in the middle and I look to my left and it's like, where the fuck the left go? Then I look to my right. Yeah, the right's right next to me. But then tomorrow I'll look, where the fuck did the right go? Then the left's a little bit, you know what I'm saying? It's like one day to the next, you know what I'm saying?
Like, even look at like the relief bill, like, what was it, in December before the holiday season? They gave a 5,500 page document to vote on that day.
Wow.
And
Are you
yeah, and no, you physically couldn't read it in the day. It
wasn't possible.
Everyone had to vote on it by the end of the day.
And the American people were going to go up in arms if they didn't get the relief stuff, right? Because they wanted the money.
And you know what Republicans did? They just fucking rolled over and voted for it.
What, you see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, they just take it, and Democrats play a shitty, like a game that's not in favor of the people, falsely misrepresenting them, and the Republicans do nothing to stop them. The problem is the system, like you were saying, and I think the only way to beat the system is to vote a third party. And if you get a 5% popular vote with an independent party, they are federally recognized and get federal funding to be a legitimate party. So if we could get to the 5%, that would be the first step in the right direction for beating the system. But everyone just keeps propagating this nonsense of, hey, look, a wasted vote is independent votes are wasted votes. It's like, no,
they go lesser of two evils. They try to pick the lesser of two evils.
Exactly.
So, like,
why are you, it's like fucking, it's like McDonald's in Burger King. Like, where do you want to eat tonight? Because you know what? At the end of the day, you're gonna get colon cancer.
Yeah, thank you. Fucking the analogy I was looking for right there, my man. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. At the end of the day, yes.
It's so fucking stupid, bro. It's like
no good for you,
bro. We need some what's the word? We need to be brave with our voting and have a little
faith. And nobody is.
And that's the reason why people voted for Trump, because Trump wasn't really a Republican. He was
more of a Democrat at what's it called before than he was. But then Democrats ended up, like I said, going way too far to the left. Because if you look at his past stance, a lot were Democratic, shit that he was in. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I remember being a liberal and saying, these guys are fucking idiots, bro. This guy said it himself. He thinks that Democrats run the country. I'm like, and then when I got there, I'm like, yo, then you realize he felt the same thing, because as soon as he wanted to fucking run, what the Democrats do? They fucking, that's the one thing I could say that the Democrats do that the Republicans, like the Republicans do better than the Democrats, is Democrats, if you blame a Democrat for something, it could be anything. Oh, he had sexual relations or whatever. Democrats will fucking cannibalize you. They will fucking throw you off the boat and they don't give a fuck. As soon as somebody points their finger at you, they do not go, you know what I'm saying? I feel like Republicans say, yo, that's the one thing I can say I respect with the Republicans, is that they do not just fucking abandon, ship right away. That's how I feel. I could be wrong, but that's how I feel. I feel like they wait. Huh?
They circle the wagons. They kind of like
they
stop.
I feel like they do. I feel like they do. I feel like Republicans are more like, wait a minute, let's see the proof first, or let me see a little something. And I feel like if Republicans walk away from you, bro, most likely, nigga, you ain't got the proof you need, and it's looking bad for you. I've never seen Republicans walk away from their guy like, without enough proof. Like I've only seen them walk away from their guy, and even when there is enough proof, they're like, nah, we still need more.
Like with Brett Kavanaugh, like the way he, like, people protected him, like people stood up for him. Which, by the way, did you know there was an assassination attempt on him?
No, I did not.
Yeah, because the news is owned by the left.
Well, yeah, see, that's another thing. Wait, let me be real with you. That was another thing I learned on my channel. And I learned it from, listen to this, though. I mean, Kat can attest to this, because she was on there. On my channel, like, listen, all my people were right-wing. And they all fuck with me. And it was like, listen, I know you a liberal, but just check this out. None of them None of them, because they fucked with me from the beginning. They wasn't gonna throw me away once they knew me. Once they knew me, they were like, wait a minute, he's not one of them. You know what I'm saying? I was one of the people that look at, I try to analyze shit. But for a little while, I did vote on emotion, and they did fool me. I'm like, why would one white guy say another white guy is racist? You know what I'm saying? Why would that happen? I didn't know that's how they did it. I didn't know that's how crazy Democrats could be, bro. And that's that. Why do you think everybody believes them? It's because you got white people saying that other white people are racist.
Yeah.
You see what I'm trying to say? That's why a lot of minorities don't vote with Republicans, is because of that. Ever since Reagan, like I looked this shit up, they found out a good way to, that's what they'll do. Anything you say, they'll say, yo, Republicans is racist. They don't mess with you, bro. So, yo, if you good, vote with me. But basically, like Biden, they're going to put you back in chains. All of that shit, that's what they fucking do. And they shameless about it. So I see what you're saying with the whole, you know what I'm saying, the whole, what is it? You know what I'm saying? All of the news organizations, because of the simple fact is, I did not know that. I thought CNN, one of the fucking worst. I mean, they showed that ass when Trump came out, but I thought CNN was a neutral station.
I thought all of them were neutral because journalism is all about getting the actual story, until it took me forever to figure out that there is no such thing anymore, and real journalists get shut down. You can't actually do real reporting. You have to follow, if you want to make it big. If you want to make it big, otherwise you're touted as some kind of like what's it called when it's not real news? Fake news person. Like it's your opinion. It's not real news.
Like Fox News and MSNBC.
Yeah,
Fox News and MSNBC, both the same.
No, they're absolutely the same. But that's the thing, though, is it's like if a journalist back in the day, remember, they used to risk themselves to go and get the real story. They would cover their sources. That's why all those laws are in place, so that they could get to the truth. It's all about the truth. And now, all that matters is how you spin it.
Yeah, and it's opinionated.
It's all about pointing fingers and spinning it a certain way. Dude, I wrote a status a few days ago, and I think it encapsulates what Democrats have become. And when I say Democrats, I don't mean Democratic voters. I mean Democratic representation. But it's like, I think because Joe Biden is the most transparently bad with it.
Yeah, he is. He is.
Poor guy.
The worst ever.
Which
I feel so bad for the poor guy.
But I said, Joe Biden said everything was Trump's fault while Trump was president. And now that Joe Biden is president, everything is Congress's fault. Also, nothing was Joe Biden's fault when he was in Congress for 46 years.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, he like, it's just pointing fingers at this point. Like I remember back in the day when Bush Sr. was president, when he was like campaigning, they would try to bait him and be like, hey, like they would try to get him to say bad shit about the people he's running about, and he would be like, nah, I'm not doing that.
That was back in the time when motherfuckers were men, bro. I'm sorry, like I respected him, I respected Reagan, I respected all of them, even though they weren't you know what I'm saying? I respected them all because they both sides, they fuck with each other. You know, at the end of the day, they would work out shit.
They had the same goal, you know?
Yeah.
Like they wanted the country to be good. And it's like,
they
now
were qualified for the position as well, by the way. Most of them were qualified.
Well, Reagan wasn't.
No, I'm not saying, I said, that's why I clarified. Most of them were qualified. Or
now
they actually gave a fuck.
But Reagan was a great president. That's the thing, is he wasn't qualified, but he was a great president, though. Yeah, what did they say?
And that's probably what people were going for with Trump, too. It was like, like Trump's not really qualified, but let's try something different.
Yeah, I think with Trump, what happened with him is, like, the one thing I could say, he was not that guy. It don't matter. He did not go with, he really didn't. At first, don't get me wrong. At first, listen, this was crazy. I used to love Trump on Howard Stern. I used to love all of that nasty talk. He'd be like, yeah, he'd talk all that shit, how he'd bang all these women, and he was the fuck. I loved him for it. As soon as, I swear to God, this is how fucked up it is. See, I'm quick to point out dumb shit I did, all right? I used to love him. As soon as he ran for president, as soon as he did all that bullshit, and liberals told me to hate him, I hated him. I thought that was the most vulgar shit. I'll grab her by the pussy. Even though when he was on Howard Stern or whatever, and if it was just me, I'd be like, yo, that shit, what the fuck? That's just dudes talking. Like, that's the way we fucking talk, real talk. Like, let's be real with it. Behind closed doors or in the locker room, like if it's two men, that's how we talk. Imagine two powerful men that can have any woman they want. You think they ain't gonna, come on, Trump? Look at his wife. Bro, he got women like, and she is a millionaire or whatever it is. She doesn't need his money. So obviously the dude got some type of game. So, obviously he's going to act that way towards women because he can get any woman he wants. He don't have to watch his mouth. So, I mean, he's going to talk like that. But at the end of the day, is it good? Is it bad? I don't know. But my thing is, I didn't give a fuck before. And all of a sudden, he's running as a Republican. All of a sudden, he's a horrible dude. I'm saying the way I thought.
But on the flip side, is he? But why would your perception change, right?
Yeah.
Because if you still listen to music where people say that shit, and you still listen to people's conversations where they say that shit, you still talk in your locker room or wherever the fuck you talk, and people
like
say that shit, right? So if that's the case, then why are people attacking someone for something that people say, why? Because it's the whole, it is a thing. By the way, FYI, yes, I was trying to, Panda. Shadow Panda is in chat, and he's like, we gotta get ready. Let's go. And I get that.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
my bad.
We're getting close. It's about 15 till. So we're going to wind down. We're going to do our outro. And then everybody that's in here, if you don't mind, Shadow Panda is in the chat right now. RDiss is on here. Go check out the description. I don't know if you watch either of their channels, doesn't matter. Jump into RDiss's at least, if nothing else. They're going to be going live in about 15 minutes. And they're going to be doing something together. So we're going to go jump in there and show some love just because
How long is it on?
This has been an awesome conversation. I think we've had a blast so far. And now you can see why I say I couldn't tell you exactly how long it usually goes. This is why. You see now?
Yo, this was fun, yo. Because this is just like you just talking to people and it's like, shit, I'm sorry if I got like, I start getting, hype. But that's just how I am. Like, I'm animated. So I apologize when I start sounding like I'm like eating the fucking phone or the microphone or whatever. No. It's just how I get. And I start swearing a lot. But all I'm trying to say is like, you are right on that. Like, it's on the flip side. Like, but see, I'm one of the only few that will admit that. Most people won't admit that shit. I admit when I fuck up. And I fucked up like feeling that way. You know what I'm saying? And I fucked up in a lot of ways, but I admit it. And not enough people do that. And if they seem where they're starting to fall short or starting to be biased, I think a lot of them, I think we would correct ourselves. But not enough people are willing to admit, yo, I fucked up. Like, I misjudged you. And I did. I didn't judge him for what he was capable of or anything like that. Like, but let me shut up because I'll keep going. My bad.
No, it's all good. We definitely need to do it again because I'm sure there's a lot more stuff that we could really get into. And this is the place to do it, you guys. Like, I'm telling this to everybody that's here, everybody that's going to listen in the future. This is what we do. We get people on that have something to say, and we're not going to keep you from saying what you want to say as long as you're respectful and as long as, you're just sharing your opinion. Fucking feel free. And it doesn't matter what the topic is unless it's something heinous and nasty. And plus, trust me, I'll tell you. We haven't got even close to that. Trust me.
I know. We haven't got there yet.
Oh, no.
I was trying to make it there.
I get just there all the time. I just don't need anyone else. Anyway, but y'all definitely check the description. Jump into RDiss's live. He's about to go live with Shadow Panda in about 14 minutes. I just hit a bag. But I can't thank you enough for showing up and hanging out with us. I'd love to schedule you again and go further.
Yes. Put me in, yo. You know what? We'll link up after this. We got each other's instant message or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? And we'll link up. We'll definitely do more. I'd like to get you on camera so I could put you on, with us, and that'll be dope. And Skullz, bro, I'm gonna be real with you, bro. You definitely, you two together are just dope. And this is my first time meeting Skullz, so let me give him his props. You definitely have a fucking radio voice, bro. Real talk. I just want to point that. I know this ain't me pandering and none of that bullshit. I'm just letting you know. Like, don't stop doing this. I know you rap. I know you're a good rapper because I heard some of your shit and it's dope. I like the way you think. But your radio voice, bro, like you got that voice. I'm just saying.
We tell him that all the
You're an
time.
intelligent dude, so.
I tell him that he needs to read my audiobooks.
I know. Nah, he's got that voice. He definitely got that voice. You got a commercial voice.
Yeah, I should do more shit like that. Maybe one day. I don't know. But
Alright.
bro, for real, it was
Well-
a pleasure meeting you. We got to do this again. I love your passion. I love the way you talk about shit. I like how open you are. We need more of
Thanks,
that.
man.
So I appreciate you, brother.
Thanks, man. I appreciate both of y'all, and we'll definitely link up and do this again.
All right, well, we're
Yeah,
going to get out of
please.
here so he can get a breather before he goes on with Shadowpan again. Check
All
the
right.
description and jump into RDiss's channel and watch it live with us. I'm going to be in there. Skullz, I'm sure, will pop in for a little bit, and hopefully you guys will too. But that's it for tonight.
That's it for tonight, and we'll see y'all elsewhere.
Hell
All right.
fucking yeah.
Peace. Deuces, we out of here.